Saturday. Oh, Maureen is here, and Nils is here, and Allie, and Jamie, and LS Pierre, and Carly, Lizzie, Eddie, Danny. I just spilled coffee on myself. Awesome. It's a good start. Jenna, Wesley, Billy. Hey, everybody. How's it going? Happy Saturday. How is your day so far? Guess what? I'm still alive. I know. Maureen is here. Thank you, Wesley, for that book. I can't wait to dive into it and read about it. Read all it has to tell me and teach me. Hi, Bridget Arndt and Amy and Liz and Sybil and Sharky Blue. Ooks is here and Susan. Yay. Oh, lots of unpacking. Woo. How's everybody doing? Oh, productive day so far. So I've been really slow. I woke up at 7 because, thanks, Chloe. Woo. Thanks, Danny. I had to make sure that the video was going live with Thomas Sanders. Did you guys check it out? We filmed that video quite a few months ago, but his video, if you didn't realize, is really long, the one he was working on, that we were really working on together. I watched a shit ton of Steven Universe. Do you guys remember that? And so, oh, yay, Simply Jenna, I'm so glad. She said she watched the videos with her mom and it helped her mom better understand. Yay! But anyway, so I watched a ton of Steven Universe, which is actually, I mean, I kind of liked it. It's a cartoon, yes, and the first season isn't necessarily my favorite, but it gets better. It's kind of like an adult cartoon. Anyways, so no mail haul today, Maureen. I went to my P.O. box this week and I already opened everything on Wednesday. So I don't have anything new because I haven't been back to my P.O. box. Thanks, Billy. Oh, 30 shares for a surprise, Allie says. Make sure you share. Yay. Okay, sorry, I'm getting comfy here. But anyways, if you haven't watched the video, I put out a video with Thomas Sanders where we talk about music therapy. We have a music therapist come and we do a session with her. And obviously we had to edit it down because it was like an hour or more, 2 hours of us doing that. So anyways, it was really, really cool. And hopefully you get to see what it's kind of like and see if it's something that maybe could help you. Oh, yay. Thanks, LS Pierre. I will check it out. I will check my, my P.O. box soon. Thank you for sending that. And I hope you all kind of understand the changes I had to make on Patreon. I want to talk about that just really briefly, mainly because of like time and cost. The amount of time it would take, I mean, we used to joke it was like the shipping department because for like 2 weeks I'd be putting together packages and shipping everything out. And it was just a lot. And I hope you understand and know that it's not, I'd love to be able to do as much as I can, but I just feel like there's better ways I can spend my time and better ways that I can help all of you and create more stuff and create more cool content. But I do like the connection. I like the fact that we get to hang out, and I like the videos. I think those are super helpful, as well as, you know, just like the cards and stuff like that. So thanks, Jamie. Thanks for understanding. Yeah, and I do still have my own practice, Wesley, as well. But yeah, I wanted to do as much as I could as far as it goes when it's like helpful information that I'm sharing on Patreon and like actually doing something to help you feel better and be a resource. And that's why the videos, the hangouts, all that stuff will stand. But the extras that were just like kind of more effort than I think they were probably benefiting everyone. Yeah. Oh, what's the clouds? Oh, yeah. Oh my God, Sarah, this is amazing. Take your earbuds out. It's a unicorn. I love it. Sarah's coming in hot on this Saturday morning. Well, actually, it's almost afternoon now, I guess. Sorry, Ralph, I tried to warn you. That is so cool. Oh, my God. It was amazing, Sarah. I'm glad that you wanted to see what it did. And Sean is running next door to drop some. We have some gifts going out to our friends and family. So he has to go ship those. And then he'll be back. He'll be around. You'll hear him, I'm sure, soon. Yeah, I know it is more noon. I think that's what it... I didn't wake up until... So I woke up at like 7 to make sure that the video was scheduled and everything was cool. Thank you, Jodkins. Woo. And so, I know DJ Sean, the music you hear I put on clearly because it's country. Hey. So anyways, I think, anyway, getting up to make sure the video was ready. And then once Thomas was like, we're all good to go, I was like, okay. And then I woke up at like 9:30. So I've been up for a while, but we just had breakfast and I'm just, you know, enjoying my lazy Sunday morning. Thank you, Sarah. Oh, and okay, so Rachel Ray said, Patreon is the bomb. The Q&A video about court and being stuck was so relatable, and I actually got in contact with the person who asked it. I saw that. That was so cool, and I actually thought of you when I received that question, because I was like, Rachel's going to know more than this. And we've even had issues, like I said in the video, like in our family where people got divorced, and since, you know, some people are Canadian, some people are American, how does that work? And so I have a little knowledge, but not as much as you, Rach. So thanks for reaching out and talking to her. Thank you guys for so many likes. Sarah is coming in hot on this Saturday morning. Sophie P. Asked any news on the fire situation. So as far as Sean and I are concerned, we are safe. The Screwball fire was the closest fire to where we live in Santa Monica. And we were not evacuated. If any of you thought that we were not evacuated or anything. We were just a little concerned that we might be. But it never got close enough that we had to be evacuated. Thanks, Pops. Woo, woo, woo. Oh, did you like that, Sarah? Okay, good. The effective circuit reprocessing. Oh, really, Rach? I'm so glad that you got to connect with her. And yes, Charlotte Hall, there's a Patreon live stream just following this one. But anyway, so the fires are, the ones in our area are completely out. But there are still fires that are raging in Ventura County. It's about 60% contained is the last that I heard. And I don't know about the one in San Diego County, but those are like hours from us. So as far as we're concerned, we're very safe. We don't have any friends or family that got evacuated or lost their home or anything like that. Everybody's been okay. But you know, if you do feel like helping out, I know that a lot of people are raising money for people who've lost their homes in the fires. If that's something you feel like doing, you can, I'm sure, I don't know of a good resource though, I'm sorry. But I know they were doing it on our local radios and stuff like that. But anyway, we're all safe. Everybody's okay. Thanks for asking. So, oh, Music Lover Forever, yes, I do still have the plastic poop. Since Sean is down at the putting the stuff in the mail, I couldn't pull my giveaway tub out because it's super, super heavy. But it's in there. Trust me. I'm not lying. You actually can see it through the clear drawer. I got the plastic poop and the squirrel underpants. So, you know. Okay. Oh, Eric, I'm sorry to hear about that. I have some videos about if you think it's seasonal affective disorder, that's what your depression is, or just managing depression in the holidays. I have a ton of videos like that. Oh, and Sean is spelled S-E-A-N. It's funny because, oh, Carter picked that out? That's, of course, Sarah, of course. Ooh, it's snowing there, Annie. That's so awesome. Okay, thanks, Cher's here. Yay, yay, yay. I hope you guys are all happy. Oh, squirrel bow tie for the win. I know, right? Totally. And I have my squirrel t-shirt, but I was going to wash it. Ooh, because I'm assuming I should wash it first. So it's in my dirty laundry. And then I'll wear it. Hi, Letitia. Hey. I guess no one wants to see the surprise. Allie says we have to get to 30 shares to see a surprise, and we're at 18. So we're getting close, you guys. We got 12 more shares. Okay. Oh, Marjorie is here. Hey. Thanks, Maggie. Woo. Amber Rose, thank you. Sadie, girl. Yay. I know, I would love to have snow too. I wish, we just get rain. Sophie, that's the same. So Sean and I are going to Washington State for the holidays. And I know many of you were like, oh, have fun in Montreal. And we're not going to Montreal until February. So we will be going, and I will let you know, and we'll set up meet and greets and all that stuff. But for Christmas, we're going to Washington to see my family. So it's going to be like, rainy, most likely. Although I'm praying for a white Christmas, you guys. Please, snow gods, give us some snow. I know, right, Allie? We have 183 now. Tons. We're so close. 24 shares, 6 more shares, and we get to figure out what our surprise is. Oh, Maggie, I'm glad that you were able to get on. I know, right? It's crazy. The likes are wild on these live streams. Do you guys ever remember? Oh, and I still have that whole bag of confetti. And I'm going to try, if I get a chance, I don't know if we can try it on here. I'll see what I can do. Since I'm staying with my mom all the way through New Year's, I was like, maybe we'll do one more before the end of the year, and it'll be like our big shebang. But I'm not going to pack all the confetti with me. But we'll throw a party. So anyways, you guys make sure you follow me. Oh, Cornflake Girl. Hey. You live on a tropical island? Oh, I'm so jealous. The world is probably doomed if it snowed where you live. And Cornflake Girl was really great. She messaged me on Patreon. I always thought that the Lens app, if any of you don't know, if you become a Patreon patron, on their app, on your side, it's all within the app. On my side, I had to download a separate thing to use it, and I think maybe it's because I got it when it was in beta. But the Lens app, oh, we made it to our goal. We did. Give me one sec, Allie. So the Lens app is like Snapchat for Patreon patrons only. And so we've been trying to use that a little bit more. Oh, take out your earbuds, everybody. Woo, holy moly, Allie. Jeez Louise. Okay, I got to get my giveaway bin out. Thank you, Allie B. I think Sean is back. Maybe he'll help me. Woo, 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 48,000 likes. Holy schmamolies. Oh, I know it is heavy. Sean's helping. He's not gonna make it. We have so many giveaways. Allie B. Yay. Yeah, I think Billy, for the Lens app, I think it's part of the Patreon app. Is that correct, Sean? Now that he's lensing right now. As we talk about Lens, it's so meta what's going on in my house. But I don't know, I thought Lens was its own separate app, but everybody was saying it's just part of the Patreon app. And Cornflake Girl was nice enough to let people know about that. Okay, we got to do a giveaway. Yes, it is. So Ook says it's oh, Billy has the two separate apps. Okay. Well, let me know, you guys. You can, you know, below, or tweet to me or below the video that I put up on Patreon. Let me know if you have any issues with it or questions. Sean's posting on it now, so you can kind of see behind the scenes and stuff. Okay. I'm reaching over here because I'm getting my little Post-it notes of what I put your names for whoever wins the giveaways. So we have some t-shirts. First we have to pick someone. Who should win our giveaway? Because Allie B got us all the way.
What time are you on Patreon?
We're Patreon in an hour at 1. From 1 to 2. Ooh. Mythical. I'm having trouble with that one. Myrdum. Wow, that's not even, I didn't even speak English just then. Yep, that's Natcom. That's where you type to chat. Oh, Sharky Blue's birthday's tomorrow. Cornflake Girl. Rachel votes for Cornflake Girl. I know everyone would love to win. You're right, Jodkins. I totally agree. Thank you, Rachel. Sophie. Kate Live Life Now says you should win, Sean. And Maureen. Trust me, Sean gets all sorts of goodies. He gets all the Vegemite, which he's finished all the tubs. I'll make sure he maybe gets a t-shirt. Ooh. I know everyone should win. I agree, Bethany. Okay, you guys help me pick. We had some votes for Cornflake Girl, another vote. Okay, Cornflake Girl's our first winner. Woo, 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 woo. Cornflake Girl, congratulations. So now we just have to figure out what it is that you would like to win. I know he did win the maple candies, which, oops, they're all gone. They were delicious. We enjoyed them. But they disappeared magically. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Exactly. Yay. Okay, is Cornflake Girl still here? I haven't seen her in the chat. You have to let us know what you want. And I know I have your address because she is a Patreon patron. Choose the plastic boot. Oh, it's another unicorn. Woo! Thank you, Jacqueline. Yay. Woo! Jacqueline. Amazing. I know I do have so many random sayings on here. Okay, Cornflake Girl. So what would you like for your giveaway? We have these mantra bands that say, like, believe, or this too shall pass. Remember, we got these in the mail. You are enough. Sorry, I'm still fighting a cold, which is ridiculous. So I went to the doctor and they gave me a Z-Pack, which, is anybody else, whenever you get a Z-Pack, my stomach, does not like that. Okay, so we also have, the tiny things to write about. We have, a Z-Pack is just, a really intense, whatchamacallit? What's the word I'm looking for? Like antibiotic. Okay. I just didn't know if you want me to say your real name. Okay, so Shanae, what would you, and am I saying that right? Is it Shanae? Is that correct? We have all sorts of stuff. We have mugs from Ronnie that she sent in. that have like make today your bitch on them. Yeah, an antibiotic. Exactly. A whatchamacallit. Totally. My brain from, okay, I filmed all of the Let's Talk About Sex videos. I think they're really good. One of them is super fucking long, so I'm like, my brain is a little, okay. That's another make today your bitch. We've got one little sheep left. Oh, hi, Amy. So, I'm not sure what you want. Is it Sinead? Sinead. Okay, Sinead. Gotcha. We have one pair of socks. I sent these out as a Patreon gift 2 months back. I have one pair left. See, they're little bunny socks. But I think you might have gotten those, Sinead. I'm not sure. We have, I don't know. I can go on and on. Is there anything that you're thinking t-shirt-wise, mug-wise? Do you want like a coloring book or a journal? Socks? Are you wanting a plastic poo or like a stress emoji ball? Okay, you got it. It's yours. It's yours. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Sorry, I'm writing on this table, so it's probably going to shake. So, okay. I will pop that in the mail either today or tomorrow. Well, I mean, tomorrow's Sunday, but it'll go out before I leave. We will hopefully get it before Christmas, but I have no idea. I know it's going a long distance. Okay. Now I'll figure this out later. Now I've made a mess of my, oh, we got another snow globe. Woo, 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 woo. Jacqueline is coming in hot today. Yay, 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 yay. Woo, 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 woo. Thank you, Jacqueline. Yay, 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 yay. Holy moly, we gotta do another giveaway, you guys. It's happening. It's happening. Today is a crazy day. Oh, yay, Ava, you can make it. I know, I thought Saturday might be nice and easy for a lot of you. Because I know that sometimes, like many of you have told me, like, hey, it's really terrible because I work. And I get that. Like, that's, you know, I usually try to do these because I try to do these during my work day as it's part of my job. So I tried to make it work for you all. Okay, so let's see. Who should win our next giveaway? You guys vote. I'll start reading in the chat. Morgan C. wants to win. Melissa Ozzy Bear wants to win. Oh, nice, Allie B. I'm glad that you're already done. Over. Done working. Oh, Lisa maybe wants one. Mel Rain votes for Sean again. Amy Wilk wants one. Okay, let's see. Who should win? Who should win? And remember, we try to make it different people. Jacqueline. People are voting for Jacqueline. Or even Allie B. She got us all the way up here, too. Amy has never won. Oh, thanks, Hannah. I get plenty of goodies from you guys. Ben sent me those 2 cool books the other day. Thanks, Shannon O. Oh, Amy Wilk. Ava's voting for Amy Wilk. Hi, Kim W. Yeah, people vote for Jacqueline. Okay, between Jacqueline and Amy Wilk, what do we think? Those are our 2 giveaway finalists. Oh, Danny H wants one too. We got another vote for Jacqueline. Oh, it worked in the app. Okay, cool. Yay. I'm glad. Okay, Jacqueline. Okay, Jacqueline's our next winner. Woo, woo, woo. Congratulations, Jacqueline. Yay, 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 yay. Woo, woo, woo. Okay. Yay, yay, yay. So, Jacqueline, what would you like for your giveaway? We have all sorts of things. We even have this cute squirrel pin. Maybe that should go with what I send to Sinead. My bucket list goal, win a squirrel. I love it. Yay, yay, yay. Okay, thank you, Abigail. Hey, hey. Okay, so what would you like, Jacqueline? Do you have any idea? We have the socks. We have a ton of different t-shirts, just depending on the size and availability, because I only get a few extras every year. I make a couple. I know it's fun, isn't it, Allie? I agree. I love watching people win. It's exciting to send things out. Thanks, Ebony Rose. Woo woo. Okay. Oh, you want the mug? Okay. Do you want the Make Today Your Bitch? There's like 3 different options, I think. We are Kenyan Army Strong. Make Today Your Bitch. What's the other one, Ronnie? Do you remember? I have to dig them out. Smash that like button. Okay, let's see. Oh, we got another unicorn! Woo, 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 woo! Ava! Today is on fire! Woo, 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 woo! I know, I already did, sheep. Control the scrolls. Already did. Troll in the dungeon. I know. That's the one thing that's kind of... The Kenyan Army strong. Okay. You got it, Jacqueline. Now, Jacqueline, do I have your... Do I have your email or your address? If I don't, will you send it to... Exactly, Rach. Will you send it to info@katiemorton.com? And then let me know... Sorry, I'm just writing down your name. Sorry, it's also shaking the table. You know, problems. Okay. But if I don't have your... Oh, I do. Okay, is it on Patreon? I think so. But I just wanted to make sure. Okay. Oh, I see. I see your text. Okay. Thanks, Katie Lane. Oh, look at all the sheeps. I love it. Okay, thanks. Oh, Melinda's here. Hey, hey, hey. Dance party. I know. This is crazy. We haven't even, like, had, let me look. We have our old goal list, you guys. I just keep it on my sheet. Sandy, one of our Kenyans, had sent this to me a long time ago. And I still have a few sheets left, and it says at 100K we did a giveaway, but we were just doing them at 50 recently, so we've done 2. I know, under 21 minutes. It's crazy. And then at 200K we do a giveaway, and I sing karaoke. Could be a little difficult right now. But then at 500K we did 2 giveaways and 5 cards. And at 1 million likes, remember we did 10 giveaways? You remember that time we hit that? And I sent out so many giveaways. It was crazy. Thanks, Jodkins. Woo, woo, woo. Okay. Let's see. Hi, Ella. Okay, let's answer, or they realize they aren't unicorns. You guys crack me up. Rana's asking, what am I excited for Christmas? Truthfully, I'm just excited to be with family. Sean and I, we're really lucky, like both sides of our family. Like we love going to Montreal and visiting them. Recently, the reason we haven't been there in like 2 years is just cost, because it's so much more expensive to go there than it is to go to Washington, which is just closer. But I'm just excited to be around family and to get to catch up with my grandma and papa and see my cousins and all that stuff. I just like the family stuff. Oh, and positive things from 2017. Oh, is there a troll back? I didn't see a troll. I thought I kicked it. Things that happened. Let's think of some. What do you guys? I'd like you to share in the chat right now. One thing that happened in 2017 it was like amazing. It's super exciting. Trying to think of what's even happened this year. I think it's this year and part of last year that I'm now able to support myself, like my portion of our family income, because of you guys and with what I do online. Even though I quit my job almost 3 years ago, I had saved money so I could do that, and I was burning through it. And because of you guys, I can now I can pay my bills. I can live my life and feel okay. And that's pretty fucking cool. Oh, you finished a semester with all high A's, Jenna. That's awesome. Java Jen graduated high school. Rachel Ray found a great therapist. I agree, Miss She-Wolf, but the net neutrality isn't dead yet. Call Congress. If you're in the States, you got to call your congressperson. Light and Shapes finally got the chance to go to college. That's awesome. You did meet a bunch of cool Kenyans, Jamie, and I got to meet Jamie. I got to meet a bunch of cool Kenyans. I got to go to Australia. How fucking cool is that? In Amsterdam. Oh, I didn't grow up. We never traveled. Any holiday we took was camping. So super excited. Sophie P got into med school. Amy bought her first home. Congratulations. Wildflower started working on me. I love that. Oh, Marcella found my videos. Ella got into her top college. Started a group for LGBT disabled people in your area. That's awesome, Susan. Hammy's going to Honolulu, Hawaii. Allie, I worked at the same job. You got to hang out with Carly. She came and visited. Yep, we got to meet. It was so cool. Oh, did you, Kim? You discovered my channel this year. Yay, yay. Started therapy and found a great therapist. I love it. Finally stuck with therapy, Katie Lane. I love that also your pictures, it worked perfectly for that comment. Oh, yay. Sheepishness got a phone, a job, and graduated college. Yay. Oh, and Kate Live Life Now says, met a person who's been through what I've been, and it's helped us both so much. That's so cool. Annie took a super fun girls trip to North Carolina. Danny had her 2 biggest singing performances. Remember you did the America's Got Talent? I remember. And then the Nami walk. That's so cool. I know, I didn't forget VidCon Amsterdam. I said I went to Australia and Amsterdam. Sorry, I yawned. I'm going to have to do it again because I'm talking too much. Ooh, Mythical Midrin. She won an award at school. And I don't know if I'm saying that right. I'm probably messing it up. Oh, Stephanie met the love of her life. Yay. I don't see your question. AMR? AMR. I'm not sure. AMR Tadidi. I know, it's not so bad. I think a lot of people... Oh, Ooks got to meet her hero. Oh, I found the Survivor community on the internet. That's so cool. I know that it is going really quick. Yay. Oh, and Ebony Rose started seeing the psychologist and came out to all of her friends. This is so cool, you guys. Recovered from my eating disorders. Yay, Anna. Woo, woo, woo. Natcom, you are a Kenyan. That's how you join. You just be here. You're just part of our community. I know, so many positives. Julia started therapy again after a 1-year break. I love it. This is so cool. Oh, Ava said I got close to a longtime friend and I can just be totally myself with her without judging me. We listen to each other's problems. It's just awesome. Yay, yay. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I know, Sheep. I'm excited. I'm so excited. I haven't been to Montreal in 2 years, and I've been missing it. And I've been missing Sean's family. They're my family, technically, too, because, you know, they're stuck with me. We're married and stuff. Carly started broadcasting. Yay, yay, yay. I know, right, Rach? Take your hand and pat yourself on the back. We've done a lot of good things. Trying to think of what I've even worked on, like big projects and stuff. I don't know. Was it this year that I ever... We made a t-shirt every month, you guys. I made t-shirts every month and shipped that out. I'm really proud of myself for doing all that. It's a lot of work to like order tees and get your sizes and get the ink and like make the screens and then it was pretty cool. And I love, like I said in the video, I love that we're like wearing our art all over the world. It's so cool. Yeah, the anxiety workbook, I finished that. I was like, I've been doing a lot of writing lately. I spoke at a school in Australia. I spoke at some schools locally. I'm trying to speak more. I've been working on that and putting that together. I know it's a lot of shirts. It's crazy, crazy. Oh, awesome, Jacqueline. Okay, well, have a good rest of your day. She says, I gotta go. I'm looking at a new house to move into. Woo, woo, woo. Okay. Oh, yeah, Stefan. Oh, we're the first to know. I'd assume she's a little secret. I'm proposing on New Year's Eve. Yay, how exciting. So many exciting things happening. Yay. Okay, cool, cool. You guys, I'm so excited for you. There's so many amazing things. Oh, engagements are so fun. Enjoy the point in time when you get to be a fiancé or enfianced because it's such a short period of your life. And just use that word, as weird as it sounds, and enjoy it. Because being engaged is super fun. I mean, being married is super fun too, but it's just like that one little period. It's such a different time in your life. It's like the only time you get to be enfianced. So, oh, she's going to say yes. And the truth is, I remember when Sean proposed, it's funny, our friend Joe filmed it all because Sean and filming, you know, everything gets filmed. So we got to watch it back, so I knew what he said. But I never, I can't remember. I, completely emotionally blacked out. I was like, boo. And then I started crying. And so it's going to be great. It's going to be great. Oh, Ashley Bosta Volleyball. 2018, she starts student teaching, graduation, New York trip, VidCon Anaheim, and starting adulthood. Oh, adulthood. I know. Oh, the single ladies, put your hands up. Of course, Ooks. Thank you, Melinda. Yay, yay, yay. Bye, Java Jen. She says, I gotta go. I was supposed to only be here for 5 minutes. Sorry, guys. I'm still... You feel old with Peggy? Trust me. The funny thing about our community is it's so varied in age. We honestly have so many people. Thank you, Elijah. So many people at all different ages. So it's very cool. Very, very cool. Okay. Let's see. Let's start answering a few questions, you guys. We're already 30 minutes in. Let's answer some questions. Okay. Oh, good. Danny H says she's doing America's Got Talent tomorrow for the second time. She's so excited. Okay. A lot about anxiety here. So, okay, we have two, like Carrie the zoologist, and I always say it wrong. Teuria? Oh God, now it jumped. Son of a bitch. Okay, they're both talking about anxiety and like how to better calm down and manage. Oh, you guys, ask them again. It like, poof, I was trying to hold it and it like jumped. They were both about anxiety. Okay. It says, I'm having a really hard time, and I'm saying your name wrong. And I do that every time, and I'm so sorry. Says, I'm having a really hard time trying to soothe my anxious body. Just a lot going on, but I can't calm myself down. Any advice? Thank you, Kim W. Woo, woo, woo. And yes, there'll be a Patreon stream too. We just have like 30 more minutes, and then we'll hop over there. When it comes to calming our body, we actually have to focus on, I talked about this, maybe it was in a Patreon video. I've been filming too many videos. I don't know where they're going. But different systems in our brain will be like on edge, okay? And in order to calm them down, we have to find what works for our body. And so that could be progressive relaxation. That could be giving yourself a foot rub. That could be some deep breathing. Everyone's different because some people will say, oh, the deep breathing makes it worse. And it makes my anxiety grow because I can feel it. I can feel my heart racing. It just makes everything so much worse. But I honestly think progressive relaxation is the best. So if you have like 10 to 20 minutes, hop on YouTube, look up progressive relaxation and give it a try. I know people will try to tell you like, oh, you know, you can do putty in your hands and stuff. That's more distraction. When our body feels overwhelmed and we feel like anxious in our body, we have to do things to soothe our system down. It's not about distracting our mind. It's about soothing our system. Thanks, Crazy Maple Cakes. Also a great name. Don't worry, sheep. You do it so much. You don't need a link every time you're on. It's totally fine. So try the progressive relaxation and let me know if that works for you because I think it could really be beneficial. And hold on, my nose is running. Hey, Sean, honey, could you bring me a tissue? I don't know if he hears me. I need a tissue. I need a tissue. Okay, let's see. Sadie Girl says, the last EMDR video helped so much as my previous session was a disaster. Now I know why. Yesterday we did EMDR and I was right back on track. Yay! I'm so glad. I'm so glad that was helpful. When I started learning about that with Alexa and stuff, I just felt so frustrated that not everybody knew that. Did you hear me? Yeah, thank you.
I haven't gotten to that.
That's okay. Sorry guys, excuse me. I'm going to go off camera to blow my schnauzeroonie. Okay. Whew. We survived. Okay. But I'm glad, and I feel like people need to talk about why certain therapies work at certain times and then don't, you know, like otherwise we don't know and it can be a total waste of money and time. And, you know, oh, and this is a good question, moving right along. Hannah has a question, says, how do you support your friends? And the truth is that just be there, check in on them. I talked about this, I was doing a video for this company called Healthline. They want me to talk about depression and high functioning depression. One of the things I said is like, because one of the main questions they get all the time is how do I help a friend? And I said, you know, they're going to flake on you. They're not going to return your calls. Sometimes they're not going to have the energy to do much. And that doesn't have any, that's not a reflection of how they feel about you. It's just they don't have the energy to do anything. So just check in on them, offer to come over and watch TV or a movie, order in, just keeping it basic. If a friend is struggling, often they just can't, like, they just don't have the energy or the ability to do a lot. So just checking in on them and letting them know that you're there is the most important thing. Oh, and thanks, Shannon. I'm glad that I can at least support myself too. The internet's a cool and crazy thing. I was listening to a podcast last night. I love H3H3. If you guys don't know that, I love them. And they had Phil DeFranco on, who I also love. And they were talking about Patreon and like H3H3 had a tough time because they view it as like donation, like people just taking donations for something, like a kind of like GoFundMe, I guess, or other sites like that, like Crowdfunder. And Phil's like, no, I don't see it as donation. I see it as a community and like a subscription service. So you're building a community of people who like what you do, and then they can make sure that it continues to happen monthly. And I was like, yeah, that's how I see it. I mean, yes, it is a donation, but it's like we're a community. We're working together. There's like you get, when you subscribe to Patreon, you get things as a result and you get like good rewards, hopefully, that you like. And so it's really interesting. But yes, thank you, Shannon. Thank you guys for making what I do possible. Okay, let's see. Oh, thanks, Bethany. Oh, good question, Olivia. She says, what is high-functioning depression? It's essentially, like, there is no it's not a diagnosable. Sorry, I'm yawning because I'm talking so much. Oh, thanks, Allie B. You are the best. Yeah, there's a video on that. Okay, sorry, now that I've yawned, my eyes are watering. High-functioning depression is essentially dysthymia, because it's not really a diagnosable thing. And I have a video on, I think I just call it, I don't think I call it high-functioning depression. Functional depression, I think is what I call it. Yes, yay! Yay, you guys are the best. And so it's really when we're just able, by sheer force of will, to push ourselves to do all of the things that we have to do every day, but we're like barely hanging on. And so even though we do have the symptoms of depression, it's not completely debilitating. And what that means is that we often don't get the help that we need when we need it, because doctors and therapists overlook it. And I think the two most common symptoms of high-functioning depression are concentration difficulties and feeling so tired all the time. Thanks, Bee the Elephant. Woo, 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 woo. Okay, sorry, I gotta get more chapstick. But so that's a little bit about what that is. Okay. Melinda asks, how do I accept my therapist's retirement and get the most out of the time I have left with her? I think a lot of it, like we talked about this on the last live stream a little bit, is like, seems like a lot of you are losing your therapist though, and I'm so sorry. Ick. Oh, Demi Sparkles, that's a good question. Hold on and ask it again when I'm done answering this one. When we're losing a therapist, whether they're retiring, whether they're leaving, whether we're finishing, and even if we're doing well, stopping therapy and feeling like that relationship that we're losing it can be really hard. And like I said on Wednesday, I think leaning into how we feel is so important. I know that sounds crazy, but the more we try to like, oh, it's going to be okay, I don't want to think about it, blah, 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 blah. Then when we're done with that therapy and that therapist, we're going to be left with all that stuff we stuffed down and didn't process. And so I would encourage you to instead take some time to process it now. Let yourself feel it. The grief, the sadness, the anger, all that is real. All of that is happening. And so use your time in therapy to talk about that. Because I know that sounds crazy, but I don't want you to leave therapy having stuffed more stuff down. And so just letting yourself feel it and leaning into it, I think, is really, really great. Okay? Oh, and Melinda and Sophie P. and everybody on here, my contract with YouNow ends on January 11th. And so before the end of December, or whenever you get charged each month, I want you to cancel your subscription here. Because I don't want them charging you, because I'll be live streaming more on like Patreon, and I'll do some on Instagram for fun, just because we've never done that. Try YouTube and Facebook and all those things. And so I don't want you to get charged when I won't only be doing it on here. And I don't even know if they'll, because my contract is up, I don't know if they will still allow you, I don't know, Sophie P, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if they'll take the money. I don't know. I just don't want you guys to take your monies. Because the reason that I'm ending a contract, if any of you want to know, because I don't keep any secrets from you guys. I'm not like, I'm not super fancy. It's just in order for you guys to be able to subscribe and for me to be able to have all the fun extras on here, I had to sign a contract that I wouldn't live stream anywhere else. Which at first didn't really seem like a big issue, but I kind of would like to be able to just pop onto Instagram if Sean and I are out like shopping for a Christmas tree and be like, hey everybody, how's it going? Like little short bits. But also I have to live stream on here at least 4 times a month for 45 minutes a piece. And I don't know if this is like, I don't think this is not violate anything. And so I'd like to be able to switch around a little bit more and be able to live stream in different ways. So that's why I would cancel your subscription here. Okay. Yeah, and it is hard to find a new therapist. But I have, we have a ton of, there's a ton of great resources out there. Even if you're in like a rural community, we can, get on BetterHelp. A lot of people found BetterHelp to be, I know Sophie thinks it's really great. Ooks, what is that? I don't know if that's Chinese. I don't know what that is. I don't know. What does it mean? Okay. Oh, bye, Heather. Okay. Yeah, BetterHelp. Exactly. Oh, Little Heartling, the goals are, our next one is at 200K, we do another giveaway, and I sing a karaoke song, which I said might be a little hard for me to do right now, but we could figure out what we wanted it to be instead. Thanks, Allie V. So, oh yeah, oh yay, Billy. She's had her first live session with her BetterHelp therapist yesterday. It went really well. Thanks, Melinda. Yay, yay, yay. And Melinda, if you want another version of me talking about how to deal with the therapist leaving, the live stream that I did on Wednesday, we talk about it there too. Because I know that, or maybe actually it might be on the Patreon only one. I don't know. I have trouble. Do you guys remember? But also I know other Kenyans are losing their therapists right now. So it might help to hear somebody else talking about it. Okay. Let's see. Oh, this is a good question and something I can answer pretty quickly. Lee, or is it Lay F? I'm not sure. Can I still continue med school after being diagnosed with bipolar disorder? Yes. Of course, Melinda. Of course. You can totally do it. The truth about that is that, like, at least from my understanding, because I even have like one of my close friends, her sister was diagnosed and she's in medical school, and the only like component was that she had to be taking her medication and she had to be getting treatment, and so her doctors and stuff have to send letters every semester, and she's fine. She's cruising right along. I think she'll actually finish this year and go into her residency. Ooh, so yeah, you can totally do it. Don't even worry about it. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I agree, Bethany. She says mental illness should never hold you back as long as you're looking after yourself. Exactly. Oh, happy holidays, Shannon. I love your photo. That sunshine is just, it's so happy. I love it. Okay, Caitlin says, what do I do when I love my therapist, but her office team stresses me out? They mess up my billing and schedule so much. Let her know. I'm not one of those lucky therapists that can afford to have an office staff, but if you work at a big clinic, you always do. And often we just won't know until our patients tell us. And so I would tell her, I'd be like, I love you, but they do this. They mess up my billing, they mess up my schedule, and it really stresses me out. And let her know, because then she can talk to them, because really that's her responsibility. Those people she hired and she trusts, and so, you know, maybe it's just she has to talk to them. Maybe the system they're using is all messed up, maybe they're not properly trained, whatever it is, something needs to change. So I would let your therapist know. Oh, Kai says, my psychologist seemed a bit discouraging when I told her I'm interested in studying mental health. Don't let people put you down or don't let people do that to you. And I say that, I know it's hard to not let stuff like that get in our head, but I find, and I'm just going to say this is just between you and I, this is some real talk, old fuddy-duddy therapists have a hard time, sorry, I'm putting this away, have a hard time thinking that someone who would seek help would actually become a professional, which I believe everyone that becomes a mental health professional should have been through something themselves, have been in therapy, so they know what it's like to be on the other side. But because I'm in a lot of these, we call them like journal clubs or peer support, where I talk with other mental health professionals, whether that's psychiatrists, counselors, therapists, psychologists, etc. And a lot of the older ones are like, oh, I've never been in therapy. Why would I do that? That's not, like, that's for people who have issues. And I'm like, no, we should all, there's so much stigma within, I think, mental health professional realm. And I think that's where that comes out of. And I'm not saying that because I think that, like, your psychologist is bad or old or fuddy-duddy, but I'm just saying that don't believe that, because what I think is this new wave, our new generation of people, is really what we're telling everyone is everybody needs help. Everybody has a shit time. And the more you pretend that you shouldn't, it limits you, or the more you tell people they can't do certain things because of it, like, we're just perpetuating that stigma. But as long as we're taking care of ourselves, period, we can do whatever the fuck we want, and people can get out of our way. Because it's, we do what we want. Like I always say to Sean when he hassles me, I'm like, I do what I want. And, so, yeah. That's what I think about that. Thank you, Melinda. Woo, 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 woo. So, yeah, don't listen. Yeah, Sophie says it's like, oh, I don't go to the dentist. I am a dentist, therefore I'm immune to cavities. #logic, right? It doesn't even make any sense. It doesn't work. So don't listen. Don't listen. That's my favorite saying. I love it. Don't you? It's like, it's awesome. I love it. Okay. Okay. So yeah. So Kai, just, like, I know it's hard, but Oh, thank you, Aaron F. But just consider what you want to do. It's your life. You get to make your own choices. And so don't let them tell you what you can and can't do. So Ooks is asking, what's a healthy attachment to a pet? Truthfully, I think you can love them like they're your child, like your baby, like another human, like another member of your family. I think all of that's perfectly fine. I mean, no one would want to lose a pet or lose, someone in life. Sorry, Sean has his call on speaker. It's like really loud. Hold on. Sean, you can hear it all the way back here. I don't know why he has him on speaker. Our apartment's not that large. That's why. Okay. Sorry, you guys. I'm back. He always talks to people on speaker. I don't get it. I'm like, what? Okay, so Uko essentially is my extension of why people think of Uko when they think of me. Oh, so like it's part of you. I think that's perfectly fine. I don't think there's like unhealthy attachment's only difficult and only like unhealthy when it comes to like using other people to fill wounds that we have from past hurts and past traumas. Other than that, I don't think that attachment's a bad thing. We all have attachment. We all seek out other people for support and love, and that's very normal. Okay. No, my baby Carly, she says, does Sean have hearing loss? Because I usually use speakers because it's easier to hear sometimes. He's never said anything, and he'll often have it on the phone, but like when he's just, I think it's because he wants to do stuff at the same time. So he'll have him on the speaker, like in the house, like our music speaker, while he's like doing stuff. I'm like, oh, okay. I mean, he's not the best at multitasking, so who knows if you remember, like if he knows what's happening on the phone call, but I don't know. Okay. Ebony Rose says, I don't remember the first 15 years of my life and even forget stuff from the last 12 hours. Is this normal? It's normal for people who've had a lot of trauma. When we forget chunks of our life, like I have a lot of clients who are like, oh, I don't remember anything until I was like 14 or something. Like, all of a sudden in high school, I remember stuff, or middle school. That's because of trauma, usually. I'm not saying 100% of the time, because you should also see like a neurologist and get a second opinion in case there's something else going on that's affecting your memory. Make sure that you always get fully checked out, like a basic physical, and, if it's a memory thing, you also want to see like a neurologist just to ensure that it is trauma based and it's not something that's something else. Like, I mean, not to say it'd be a tumor or something, but we just want to make sure, we want to get a full workup. And so I think that, if you don't remember stuff, chances are there's traumas hiding in there, and those are repressed because it wasn't safe to think of them or to remember them. And then the memory issue, I would assume, goes along with that. It could be dissociation. That's like when we have dissociation. Thanks, Tony Perkins. Woo, woo, woo. I've heard from a lot of you that when you dissociate, you don't have any memory of it. And so that could be why too. So I would, oh, and Libby Catherine, this is a good question. I'll answer that also while I talk about this. It says, what's a normal memory like and how much should you remember? A normal memory isn't that we'd be able to easily pull up like all this. I don't have a shit ton of memory from my childhood either. Not that they're easily, I can't easily recall a ton of things. But I forget with my cousins or my brother, or my mom and dad and stuff, and we were talking about certain issues and certain things that happened. I'd be like, yeah, I remember, and blah, 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 blah. And you can kind of fill in the blanks. That's normal. Because this is like deep memory. It's not like, because there's like short-term memory and long-term memory. And the difference is like short-term memory is easily recalled. Like, oh, where did I put my purse? Oh, I put it over here because I sat it down just like an hour ago. Versus like, what was the first vacation I ever took as a child or something? It might take me longer to like dig it out or talk with someone to figure it out. And so that's kind of like, hope that gives you an idea of kind of like normal. But dissociation is usually when we struggle to remember in the moment. So that might be happening, Ebony, with your question about like the last 12 hours or so. That would be my guess. Okay. Oh, yes. Good question. Thanks for asking it again, Demi Sparkles. How do you come back from a physical flashback? Grounding. I have a video I did with Alexa where we talked about grounding techniques. And watch my videos that I did with Alexa on that, because I think that'll be really helpful. You can hold an ice cube, you can snap a rubber band, and also make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel because I'm putting out a video about that when it comes to this talks about sex. It's in the first video. I talk about flashbacks a lot and how to bring yourself back. So hopefully that will help. Ebony, I mean, I don't know of anyone who has dissociation without a trauma, but the fact that you'd already said you don't remember like all of your childhood, I'd be suspicious that something has happened. And that's why the dissociation is occurring. Thank you, Bethany Poland. You're the best. Okay. Cher, this is a good question. How do I remember to take my ADD medicine in the morning? I set alarms. There's also a ton of apps. Does anybody have an app that they like to help them? Yeah, phone alarm. Exactly, Allie B. Benz agrees. Those are the best. If anybody has an app that they really like, I would use that. That's how I remember if I have to take medicine. Like everything. An app called Clock. Cool. Yeah. So I would set those up. And then, you know, if there's like a rough estimate of when you get up, especially weekdays, I'd set it for the weekday mornings. And then you could set a separate one for the weekends. Oh, Round on App Store. Alarm or use an app. Oh, an app called MedSafe. Awesome. Yeah, and Maureen says she puts her meds by all her breakfast stuff. And I keep, like right now I'm taking that Z-Pack, so it's like 5 days, I think, or 6 days total. I think it's 6 pills in 5 days. I keep it on the table, because then when I have breakfast in the morning, I take it. So, and Beth and Libby she writes it on the bathroom mirror. App called Reminder. I didn't see Carly's question. Let me scroll and see. Wesley says, is it possible to still have triggers around a memory but not be bothered by the original memory? It's a good question, Wesley. I would say, I have a few questions for you, I guess, to kind of properly answer that. When you're triggered, is that upsetting? Or does it just pull you back to that memory and you're like, whatever? Is that what happens? Like, I'd have to know, because if it's still upsetting when you're triggered, then I would say that there's still some work to be done. Because that means that memory still is upsetting, even though maybe it's not as bad as it once was. We still have a little bit of work to get through before we feel completely better about it, if that makes sense. Thanks, Melinda. Woo, woo, woo. Oh, Reminder is a really good app. Okay. Oh, and Jenny says I use my phone calendar and take my meds in the morning. That's what I use. I use my phone calendar and I just set an alarm and it just goes off. It goes bling, and I'm like, time to take my medicine. Oh, hey, Becca. Oh, yeah, and even the blister pack. Something that I've been trying to do is, I know this makes me sound old or whatever, but getting those like Monday through Friday little packs, you know, like you snap them open and you can fill them with your meds every week. Because then it'll remind me to take my vitamins and stuff, because I don't take a ton of medication. I'm only on my birth control and then like vitamins, but I still would like to put it in each day so that I don't forget, like, to take all of my vitamins. And I think it's super, you know, it's helpful. And I didn't see, thank you, Nikki. Woo, woo, woo. I haven't seen, hey, Mandamoo. The question Carly said, somebody said, Sarah kept saying what Carly said. Oh, here it is. Is it possible that it's actually better to not remember traumas one has blocked out? If they don't affect us at all. But that, honestly, Carly, that's never the case. Whether we want to admit it or not, we're affected by traumas. Because, so I talk about this in the first sex video that I just filmed, how our brain blocks things out to keep us safe. And then, whether we want it or not, when it's okay, because our brain still knows it happened, right? It's still there. This is fascinating. So I hope I'm explaining this well. Let me know if you have other questions, okay? So your brain still knows it happens. Your body maybe still knows it happened. Like, there's still going to be things that we know it's happened, right? And so even though we don't have it, we can't recall it easily, maybe we don't remember it fully, it will start creating flashbacks and triggers, like things that trigger, like, and we feel terrible, but we aren't 100% sure why. Or it flashes us back to something that we're like, what was that? It's our brain's way of saying, hey, it's safe enough now for you to try to process this. Hey, because in a way, a trauma is like a wound in our brain. And it wants to heal it, and it wants to get it out, because without doing that, random things can trigger us and things can be, is Sean creeping back there? He's still in the other room because I had to shut the door. And so anyways, I do think that you always need to process through it, but it might just not be the time. If it's not safe for you to recall it, you're like barely surviving as is, this is not the time to try to talk it through. And your brain will know that. You'll start having flashbacks when it's safe and your brain is like, hey, I think it's time. I think we're good. Let's try doing this. That's kind of how that works, if that makes sense. So anyway, I hope that kind of, I don't know, I thought that was really interesting. But I talk more about it in the first of the Talk About Sex videos. Okay, let's see. Oh, Susan, good question. Says, can you explain what kind of thing would be classed as a little t? Okay, I think a little t could be, and let me know if you think this is a good example. I can give you some more. But a little t could be you're riding your bike with your brother, sister, cousins, or whomever when you're little. Let's say you're like 7. You're like riding a bike. And you hit a rock and you fly off your bike and you scratch yourself up real good. And you're okay, like people take care of you, your parents or family are there, but you're terrified in the moment and you're like shooken up for the rest of the day. That would be a little t. And a lot of it I relate to like, even as an adult. Okay, so then another example of a little t would be that you lose someone in your family. And it's very abrupt and you weren't expecting it. Not that it matters if you expect it or not, but it's just debilitating to you. Then that would be like a little t. And I'm calling these little t's not to like make them less than, but we don't actually fear for our life and think we're going to die. But it's scary. It's very scary. And a lot of it, I think, for my patients at least, is that, so a big T would be when you think you're going to die, like you're in a horrific car accident, or you watch someone die in front of you, or you are assaulted or raped or, hurt in a big way. Those would be big T's. But everyone's going to be different, because that's why I don't really want to classify them. I'm just giving you some examples so you can kind of see this whole scope, I guess, of traumas. Because the reason that we talk about big T's and little T's so much is because a lot of times my clients will look back on childhood traumas that maybe were like little T's then, but they were still traumatic, right? Like it still scared us because we didn't fully understand what was going on. And they'll look back on them as an adult and be like, well, that wasn't that bad. I don't know why I thought that was so scary. It's not that bad. And like downplay it. But I always want to call them little T's because I still want you to recognize that they were traumas, even though looking back as an adult, you're like, well, that wasn't that bad. It ended up not even being that. I thought it was something else. And so I think that's kind of why we like talk about it that way. But know that they're going to be different for everybody, because everyone's going to interpret something differently. Like I can't give you an exact example of what a little T or big T would be, because it depends on how you felt in the moment and what it was like for you. So don't think that what I'm saying means that yours aren't, or you misunderstood. I'm just giving you some examples based on essentially what my clients have told me. So know that like it's whatever you felt. Oh, Fatima was on YouTube. Mia, says, is literally everyone traumatized in some way then? I think that we've all had some trauma. It's just all varied, and it depends on our resiliency, which is something that I'm not going to get into right in this moment, because that's like something I'm still reading about and trying to figure out, because resiliency is a lot based on genetics, a lot based on like what we were taught as kids and what coping skills we have. And everyone's just different. Yeah, exactly, Jenny. Everyone's different. So, but I think everyone's been traumatized. Some people are just better at processing it, or they have more tools to more quickly talk it through and process it. So yeah, oh, totally. And just some are worse than others, Katie. Yeah, of course. Other people are going to have horrific things happen to them. I'm not ranking anything or telling everybody that they're all the same. I'm just saying that how it feels for you is more important for you figuring out if it's a trauma to you or not than it is like ranking it based on someone else. Because it all depends on how you felt it and how things happened for you, if that makes sense. Becca says, what if you witness your dad having a psychotic episode as a 5 or 6-year-old? That could definitely be traumatic. Totally. Olivia says, if you feel like you have to earn food, is that bad? Well, it's not bad per se, but it's definitely an eating disorder, and I would talk to someone so that you can stop doing that ASAP, because it's, you know, it's really, thank you, Open Heart PDX. Woo, woo, woo. Talk to someone, because we got to get it under control sooner rather than later. No, Liz R., child-on-child trauma isn't any different. We find that child-on-child sexual abuse or trauma we respond in the same way. Like and I talk about that in my video about sex. I talk about child-on-child sexual abuse quite a bit. So make sure you watch those. But yeah, it's no different. Music Lover Forever says, and this will be on my last question for this live stream, and then we're going to hop over to Crowdcast. Says, is it normal to feel worse after venting about your mental illness or tragic events? This happened to me last year after texting CTL. I think a lot of if you feel worse after venting about your mental illness or issues, I think that a lot of it is our negative self-talk and the way that we what we tell ourselves about our mental illness or about the fact that we needed to reach out and we needed extra support. Sorry, you guys, Crowdcast. Hold on, I'll answer that just a second. But I would, Music Lover Forever, I think that I would notice your self-talk and I would fight back, okay? Crowdcast is so if you're a Patreon patron, because that's what we're going to switch over to right now, we're going to, it's the streaming service that Patreon uses. Exactly, Wesley. And so you can go over, oh, Billy, Billy's having Vegemite on toast. He's on the phone. I think he's talking to his dad. Anyways, so I'm going to create a post on Patreon right now. And the way that it works is it'll say, live stream, blah, blah, blah. And then below the actual photo of the post or the thing that says we're going live, there's a little orange underlined join via Crowdcast. Click that link and that will take you over. And I will see you all in just a minute, okay? See you over on the Patreon live stream. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you, Jacqueline and Allie and Sarah and Ava and Melinda and Jodkins, for all of your support and for all the unicorns and for all of the clouds and the snowballs and not snowballs. Are those called snowballs? Thank you. I'll see you guys over there in just a minute. Bye.